Hello, my name is Jeffrey Kinnear. I'm a licensed practitioner of Oriental medicine here in the state of Pennsylvania. I was born in Titusville, Grand Valley area, went to Youngsville High School. I went to college in Cleveland in 1989 and got an undergraduate in electronics. I returned to the area, lived here for a few years, and then went to New Mexico, Albuquerque, New Mexico, for a degree in Oriental medicine. The Oriental medicine degree is a 4-year master's degree, and that gets you permission to sit for your national exams and for licensure across most of the states in the United States. I returned to the area in 2007 to open up a practice, and I've been in Erie since about 2008. I practice acupuncture, Chinese herbs, massage, cupping, gua sha, moxa. I teach qigong and other forms of Chinese martial arts. Some of the main questions that I get asked are, does it hurt? Most people tend to fall asleep on the treatment table. I hear a lot of snoring coming from the treatment rooms. It's not uncomfortable. It's most of the time very relaxing. Another popular question is, how many times do I need to come? And that's based on your differential diagnosis. In Chinese medicine, we take your pulse, we look at your tongue, and we ask you what they call the Song of the 10 Questions. Those questions help us determine how everything is working in your body so that we can figure out how much health and vitality you have, and that determines the prognosis for the treatment and the course of treatment. So we decide how many treatments you're going to need based on the results from that evaluation. So our diagnosis is different. So if someone comes in for hypertension, the Western diagnosis of hypertension, we would still look at the pulse, the tongue, the questions, and determine what is the source of the hypertension for each individual, and that would help us determine whether it would be 1 or 2 sessions, or it might be something that you're dealing with for a lifetime. There are ways to use acupuncture for pain management, so we can help you minimize the use of or possibly eliminate the need for pain medication through usually consistent acupuncture for something like that if it's due to a trauma, an injury, or physical damage to the body. Sometimes I've had on numerous occasions patients with undiagnosed abdominal pain in the lower quadrant, and they come 2 times and the pain is completely gone. They don't need to come back. A lot of times those type of pain seem to respond better to acupuncture. What can acupuncture treat? The World Health Organization has a list of about 40 different categories of diseases and problems that acupuncture is highly recommended for because of its cost effectiveness and the results that you get from acupuncture. We can do all manner of stomach disorders. Pain is a big one. Emotional problems, psychological problems, inflammation, and then with the combination of acupuncture and the Chinese herbs, we can treat a larger range of things than just acupuncture alone. So with our differential diagnosis, we can figure out what herb formulas to use also. We have herbs for inflammation, we have herbs for digestion, we have herbs for stress and anxiety, herbs for all manner of diseases and disorders, herbs for health and longevity. When I was a young boy, my mother was always interested in complementary health methods. She would go to GNC. I grew up in the woods. When I was in high school, I was part of what they called the eco team at that time. Each high school would have a team of 4 to 6 students, and you would compete with like plant and animal identification, first aid, tracking, just ecological awareness. And that helped foster my interest in things more of nature. When I went to Cleveland to go to college, I started studying Chinese martial arts. I studied a lot of the Chinese philosophies and got very interested in it. And after I returned to the area, I continued to practice and research on my own. In about 1998 or so, I decided to make a career change, and I did a personal reevaluation of all the things that would make me happy. And the herbs held the most interest and fascination. Going to the Chinese stores, the Chinatowns, and seeing all these little bottles with the strange labels and with Chinese characters on it always held a deep fascination for me. And I evaluated the options for going to school for Oriental medicine. I talked to some of my martial arts teachers, and they said, to do my homework, to make sure that I researched it and found out what would give me the widest scope of practice and the most legitimate licensure to practice. You can be just an acupuncturist, but Oriental medicine covers a wider range and allows you to have more effective treatment modalities. Some things respond better to acupuncture, some things respond better to herbs. Either one of those things will respond better if you do herbs and acupuncture at the same time. So as I researched into all of that, I decided that I would go to Albuquerque, because Albuquerque had the same cost of living index as Erie, Pennsylvania, and that their licensure in the state of New Mexico allows you to become a doctor of Oriental medicine. In that state, you can use the title doctor, and its educational evaluation is the same as the state of California, which is one of the leaders in the country for complementary and alternative medicines. So by going to New Mexico, it was a lot less expensive, and the same educational equivalent to going to the state of California for a degree in Oriental medicine. The general cost of an acupuncture session is about $60. Insurance occasionally covers it, but most of the time it does not. That's more from the insurance company's side of not recognizing the license in the state of Pennsylvania. In other states like New Mexico, California, their acupuncture is tied in with the insurance companies, and it's a lot easier to be reimbursed. Here, I contacted Blue Cross and Blue Shield about acupuncture reimbursement, and they said that you would need to be an MD or a DO providing acupuncture to be recognized as a provider in their network for them to reimburse you. So the out-of-pocket expense would be about $115 for the initial treatment. That covers the intake and the diagnosis and all the forms, and then follow-ups are $60. If you have any more questions, you can reach me at 814-823-1641. We have a website, www.erieom.com, and the email is erieom@gmail.com. Thank you.